I used to be addicted to resentment. Thoughts like, I hate my job, my life is boring, people aren't nice, were actually my daily ritual. The more I fed them, the more they consumed me. Now I live in abundance and freedom like never before. You may be surprised, but the first step to any change is accept wherever you are right now. Look around you. Nature never complains because it knows that winter is just there to do its job, to water the land, to clean the air, and so on. But as humans, we are too obsessed with our attachments that we forget to fully surrender and trust the cycle of becoming, the cycle of blooming. Okay, now that you have accepted your reality and surrendered to what is, the next step to change is to identify your fears. If you find yourself procrastinating or endlessly scrolling, it is likely that you're avoiding a hidden fear, which may not look like fear, but some kind of resistance, overwhelm, or simply, I'll do it later. I started choreography classes at the beginning of this year. I felt completely out of place. My brain couldn't keep up with the moves and I kept thinking, maybe this is just not for me. But dancing is something I truly love and I promised myself for this year to follow my heart and do more of what I truly love. So I persisted. Before each class, I felt an overwhelming wave of resistance. Instead of practicing before my class, I would simply distract myself, self-sabotage, anything to avoid the discomfort I was feeling. Then one day, I caught myself just before the usual scrolling and I asked myself, what am I actually afraid of? Then the answers poured out. I'm afraid of looking like a failure. I'm afraid that I'm just wasting my time. You know, there were so many fears, but the moment I named them, I felt an instant relief. Then I started telling myself, it's okay, I allow you to feel self-conscious. I allow you to not do well. I allow you to look like a failure. But guess what? If you keep showing up every day, you will eventually improve because guess what? Growth is inevitable. Maybe for you it's not dancing, perhaps it's starting a new career, speaking up, or taking that first step towards your dream. Whatever it is, fear disguises itself as procrastination, self-doubt, or avoidance. But when you acknowledge it, you reclaim your power back. Since that day, I made it a daily habit to each day ask myself, what am I afraid of today? And believe me, it works like magic. When you face your fears instead of running from them, they lose their power over you and suddenly the path becomes clear. Now your vision is clear and you are ready to change, but everything around you reminds you of your old self. Here comes step number 3. Change your environment as much as you can. I still remember when I first came to Germany, I felt like a completely different person in a completely different land. Everything seemed possible. It was like I was handed a blank canvas and for the first time I could create anything I wanted. I felt powerful, inspired, as if the universe was waiting for me to see what am I going to create in this beautiful new world. In those few years, I dove into everything I ever wanted. I tried new hobbies, I met new people, I explored new places. The changing environment allowed me to step into a new version of myself I never knew existed. It's like pressing reset on your life and creating space for new opportunities. But here's the thing, you don't have to move to a new place to experience this transformation. Sometimes it could be the small shifts. A makeover, a new cafe, explore different parts of your town. A simple change in your surrounding can be the spark you need to start seeing yourself and the world in a whole new way. However, let me be real, changing your environment is not always the ultimate transformation you need. After just few years from moving abroad, I found myself slipping back into the same old patterns. That's when I realized that real transformation doesn't always come from changing places alone. It comes from making different choices. Which brings us to the next step. Don't worry, I won't tell you to start brushing your teeth with the opposite hand, although this can be really good for your brain to adopt change. But what really matters is making small intentional choices every day that lead to real change. It's the little things that build momentum. Things like meditating for 10 minutes a day, journaling to reconnect with yourself and to remind yourself of who you want to become. What's important is consistency. Start small, but make it a habit. The way I personally follow to stay consistent is very simple. I just write all the habits I want to adopt into my to-do list as points that repeats every day. Then each day I try to make sure I tick off all of them by the end of the day. Every time I do, I know that I am choosing a new version of myself. The more you make small choices that align with who you want to be, the more you'll start to see that transformation is happening bit by bit, day by day. As you start making small, consistent actions, you'll notice that things start shifting. But sometimes real and big changes don't come from doing more, but from letting go. Nature is always reminding us of this actually. Every year the trees let go of their leaves, surrendering to the rhythm of seasons. Maybe we are meant to do the same, to surrender, to trust and let go, allowing the change and transformation to happen. Because new beginnings don't always come wrapped in excitement. Sometimes it arrives as an ending. A job loss, a heartbreak, a change you didn't ask for. And in those moments, it's easy to resist, to hold on, to fear what's next. But what if those moments were actually invitations? What if they are guiding us towards something better? Something more aligned with who we really are meant to become. Real transformation happens when we surrender, when we trust that the unknown might be holding something beautiful for us. So ask yourself, where in your life are you holding on too tightly? Where are you resisting the change that is trying to unfold? Because sometimes the very thing that we are too afraid to let go of is the thing keeping us small. This moment right here is your new beginning. That's it for today's video. You've been in Easy Land. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Okay, let's do it again.